The future is now, culés. Welcome to FC Barcelona Central. I am your host, Pedro, and there is an undeniable buzz in the air. This summer transfer window is rapidly shaping up to be one of the best in Barcelona's recent history. Has our club make a decisive move in a strategic place for now and the future? And we're not just signing players, we're building for the future. So today we got massive updates. It is not officially announced by the club yet, but reliable sources confirm that Barca and Nico Williams have reached an agreement for the player to wear Blaugrana for the next 6 seasons until 2031. This agreement is reportedly very similar to the one recently signed by Joan Garcia. According to journalist Fabrizio Romano, Nico's salary will be between 6 to 7 million euros. Other newspapers has confirmed this agreement with some Barca sources only to iron out some minor details. This agreement is not official yet, but it comes of a conversation between Nico's agent and our sporting director Deco, who traveled to Ibiza to meet with Hansi Flick and Nico Williams, and Hansi Flick has given the final okay to this operation. This agreement is only have a few minor details on commissions that are set to be finalized, which is vital for us to release the release clause, to pay the release clause to Athletic Club, which is roughly around 58 million, but with taxes it's around 64 million euros. Our club is already in conversation with La Liga to ensure his inclusion under the financial fair play. The departure of players who earn Hansi Flick's plans will be crucial to make room for both Nico and Joan Garcia, whose salary, by the way, will be lower than Nico's. This operation, which is already taking shape in recent days, effectively rules out the previous attempts for Luis Diaz, who initially was Deco's number one choice. While Rashford still hopes to make it to Barca, possibly as a loan, that will be later down the line, which is clear. We have our winger. This is what we wanted. This is amazing for Barcelona to pair Ansu Fati and Nico Williams. It's amazing for Barcelona and also for Spain. They're going to love having those dynamic players on the World Cup next year and the Euro Cup and the plenty World Cups they're going to play together. These kids are so young. Nico Williams is what, 22 maybe? I think a little younger. And Ansu Fati is just 17. He's going to turn 18 next month. So now let's dive into some financial aspects of the situation, this is kind of critical, and this is going to explain a lot about this 1-1 rule and any of the levers that Barcelona has. Our president Joan Laporta has assured the FC Barcelona Senate this Wednesday that the club will make an imminent signing, which it was Joan Garcia, now official, and we were working on another exciting one, which is clearly Nico Williams. Garcia's arrival is confirmed, and he has 6-season contract will sign this Friday. For Nico Williams, works continue, which is still some minor details to iron out. After closing these two crucial reinforcements, and in my opinion, I think we need a defensive player. Also, we conceded too many goals last year. The next challenge will be getting to register with La Liga. At Barca, they're confident they won't face the same problems they had in the past with Dani Olmo and Pau Victor, and they assure both players of this. The clubs know the first step that they have to do for a calm transfer window. Inscription-wise, it is said to be that Barca is back on the 1-1 La Liga rule, which allowed the operation to operate normally. Remember, Barca was in this 1-1 rule after the operation to sell some VIP seats in the future Spotify Camp Nou for around 100 million euros at the end of December. That operation allowed the inscription for Dani Olmo and Pau Victor, but not without any obstacles. Laporta always mentions that even needing intervention from external parties, which is not great. He said that a few times. However, when the club's auditor expressed doubts about this operation, La Liga announced that Barca has fallen out of this rule again. Has Tebas explained it, recently the past few days. But here's the kicker: at Barca, they believe that they'll back in the one. They will be back in the 1-1 rule very soon. In fact, Laporta himself told the Senate that they already are in the 1-1 rule. The first step for this is the auditor to validate the VIP seats operation. We require the seats to be built before June 30th, which they already reportedly are. Beyond this, the club still needs around 30 to 40 million euros in additional income. Half of that, Barca already got a guaranteed income from generated sales from Tobido, Alex Valle, Ilaix Moriba, Collado, and among others. The remaining amount could be raised through some similar movements, and the club is considering percentage sales from players like Trincao and Mingueza. If these specifics move don't happen, there are other operations in progress. They could include a new lever, or perhaps Tebas finally agreeing to the expenses of the women's and youth football team should impact the fair play. This is something that La Liga president view favorably, but which is not gonna come anytime soon. I don't think it's gonna come before the this year, this preseason starts. Operating under the 1-1 rule is crucial for registering players, especially given Barca's salary limit, which isn't exactly overflowing. It means that the club, for every euro that comes in, only €1 has to go out. That's when significant departure from high salary players come into the play from the current squad. Not just registering Nico and Joao Garcia, but also to finalize renewals from the end of last season. And others still pending, like the ones for Frankie de Jong, Chechny, and Eddie Garcia. The club has already shed Clement Lenglet's salary, and players like Pablo Torre, Pau Victor, Iñaki Peña, Oriol Romeo are on the exit ramp. And Barca will need to get rid of some big salaries, which is going to bring us to our next topic. And it is that of Ansu Fati, whose future continued to be a big question mark. As the week passes, the player's entourage says the operation is still in the final stages, but the truth is the situation is just creating doubt in Monaco. Even pushing the Monaco's head coach, apparently he says that he is asking his sporting director that he wants solutions in the next coming days. Monaco's reinforcement isn't a progression where they want to be. The club will participate in the UEFA Champions League, and they want to ensure to have a fully competitive team capable of generating significant economic income for them. Excuse me. For this, the coach authorized two high-profile signings. One is the rumor Paul Pogba coming back, and the second one being Ansu Fati. In recent hours, French media reported that the coach had asked the club for reinforcements to be ready for the start of the preseason. That means they're either ready from June 28th, or he will not mind looking for other targets. In this regard, from Monaco, they insist that the economic agreement with Ansu Fati and Barca are still pending some numerous variables. The operation has gone through several possible case scenarios, from a loan to a transfer with a buyback option. On top of all this, the high salary of Ansu Fati has always been a point of contention. In Monaco, despite his fiscal advantages, reportedly won't assume the entirety of his salary. Again, Ansu Fati's entourage simply says that the operation is still on track and everything should be clarified within the next weeks. And the most viable formula to see Ansu Fati at Monaco is clearly unclear. Just a week ago, there was talk about a transfer for €12 million with a buyback that could be 20 million. But now we don't know for certain. The negotiation table seems to be leaning to a loan with a purchase option. And the big battle is obviously the 12 million Ansu Fati is supposed to receive in his contract. Also generates some discrepancies. Barca insists that Monaco has the financial capacity to assume the good part of the salary. Furthermore, the player will need to slightly adjust his demands. Also, the club has to let Ter Stegen go. They must tell him that he should leave, especially specifically after signing Joao Garcia, who is simply not. It's just not a good idea to have two high salary players on the same position where only one can play. So they need to figure that out. Ter Stegen doesn't seem that he wants to leave. He wants to fight for the role, but he should be on his way out. I just don't see any other way. It sucks that it happened to him, but I guess that's what it is. Another clubs that the club has in mind for potential exit is Christensen, Araujo, and the Uruguayan doesn't have any intentions on leaving. There's also some other players that have I have a list here. There's also some other players that are the Barca is looking to get rid of, which it will be critical. And those are, obviously, we talk Ansu Fati, Pau Victor, Pablo Torre, Iñaki Peña, Christensen, Oriol Romeo, and Ter Stegen. Those are 6 players from the current squad. So, Culés, what a wild ride of the transfer window is shaping up to be. What an amazing deal with Nico Williams, and how we're going to maneuver this financial tightrope. I definitely want this Nico Williams signing confirmed and secure. I don't know. Will Laporta's optimism about the 1-1 rule proven to be true, or will Tebas continue to hold the line? What do you think about Ansu Fati? Will he go to Monaco? I think he will, but I don't know what's taking so long. I mean, obviously, I do know what's taking so long. This is how much he earns. But Monaco has the money. They should just go ahead and pull the trigger. What are your thoughts on this development? Please let me know in your comments. And if you want to stay on top of all the breaking news and analysis from FC Barcelona, make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single thing. If you want to reach me, you can hit me up in Instagram under my childhood nickname Orrutio. Until next time, and Visca Barça.